Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Screen podcast here on TKT Global. Last episode was amazing, and this episode will be super amazing. My name is Blessing Robinson, and with me is Kenny. On this episode, we'll be talking about parenting in a secular society. It's going to be an interesting conversation, and I want you to stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Before we go into it, make sure you follow us on all social media handles at TKT Global on Instagram, X, TikTok, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And don't forget to check out our website at www.thekingdomtrybe.church. We are going to go on a short break right now. By the time we come back, we will go right straight into it. All right, welcome back. And like we said earlier, it's going to be an amazing conversation today. And our guest is super, super amazing.
Yes.
I'm just going to introduce her briefly so you can understand what I mean by super amazing. So Mrs. Bosede Olushola Obasa is the Chief Executive Officer at First Royal Character and Values Limited. She's a character development trainer and consultant, seasoned journalist and public relations professional with interest in social capital development. So, welcome with me, Mrs. Bosede Olushola Obasa.
Yay!
You're welcome, ma.
You're welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
How are you
My
doing?
pleasure. Very beautiful.
It's good to have you on the show. The topic we have at hand today is an interesting one: parenting in a secular society. It's an interesting one. We see so many people these days behaving in certain ways, and you ask yourself, did they grow up with parents in their homes? And you're wondering, like, even if they did, how were they parented? How were they, brought up and all of that? How important is this system, the parenting system in the society?
Okay, let me put a caveat here first of all. I'm not a parenting expert.
Yeah.
I just happen to play a role in character development as far as parenting is concerned. So,
Okay.
so I might not be talking from all ends of parenting, but of course I'll measure on that aspect you just mentioned, the one that pops out there that people get to see. And you're like, oh, who raised this person? Who raised that person? And all. So yes, it's very important. Very important because I see parenting as one, a nation-building project. Every child that comes out of your home into the society is contributing something specific to the society.
Yes.
So the armed robbers are from a certain home. The kidnappers are from certain homes. Just name all of the social vices and people that are behind them. They are from certain homes. So those homes have contributed those quality of people in the society. So I'm very, very intentional about that. So I know that raising my child well, it's not just for the benefit of my family, it's for the larger society.
Yeah.
Secondly, it's important because I personally see parenting as a kingdom project. I would say to myself a lot of the times that one of the reasons I might not enter heaven if I don't raise my children well. So it's a very, 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 very sensitive part of my life. And God has helped me and helped my husband. It's not like it's been a walk in the park, but when you have the mind on it, the Bible says that God will not let them depart if you do what you should do at the time you should do it. So I hold on so much to that. So I know that when you put in the investment, God has a way of rewarding you. And like I've always also heard, someone has said that it's a walk of faith. Raising children is a walk of faith. And so just have the faith that whatever you're putting into them positively will stay through like that. I have so much faith in that 22 verse 6 book of Proverbs, and we're here. So it's important to me. I look at it from kingdom. I look at it from the nation. And those are big. So that's bigger than you. So the more you look at that picture, the more you know that you cannot stop at just a bit. Let's leave it there at the moment.
Wonderful. Blessing, as she was speaking now, something came to mind. When she said something about, the family sending, somebody into the society,
Yes.
giving something to. So I see it as a cycle because the same way, the family is sending children into the society also have a way of influencing the family. And what do I mean by that? It's like
And vice versa.
and vice versa.
Yes.
Exactly. So it's not just parents. Parents are doing their part. Some parents are doing their part. Let me put it that way. But somehow now it looks like it doesn't take just parents to raise a child.
Yeah.
The society is
Society
also
is involved,
raising
yeah.
the children. So it's like as the family is sending people into the society is, doing something on them based on what other families have also invested. And those people are raising other families that are sent. So it's like a cycle that is going around. So how do we, this reverse case where the society is actually influencing the family and also influencing children, I just want to hear your opinion about that.
It's a big one because you can't raise your child and leave them inside your house and say they shouldn't go to school, they shouldn't see friends, they shouldn't make friends, they shouldn't go to church. Even in church at times, one of the education I give my children is not everybody in church that is a child of God.
Yeah.
So don't just throw yourself out there. I mean, as crude as that may sound, it's just the truth. It's the truth. So it's important to be there with them. The society feeds the children with their own, but it depends on how early you also started. There's something beautiful about the home. The home is where everything else starts for the first time.
Yeah.
Schooling starts there for the first time. Nursing starts there for the first time. Training of any sort starts there for the first time. So there's a privilege that the home gives the parent.
It's like an advantage.
It's absolutely an advantage. So if you're helped by God and you're doing what you should be doing to the level that you know it, everybody trains based on what they know. Everybody parents based on what they know. That's why they say to us in this 21st century that you cannot be a default parent. You have to be a deliberate parent. And deliberate parenting involves learning. Learning all you can learn. Unlearning all you need to unlearn. Relearning all you need to relearn.
Yeah.
Because you were raised in a certain way, it does not mean that it will follow. So the society becomes more and more sensitive to the child you send in there per day. I agree with you absolutely. But if you've done a good background work, there's a quote that I love. I mean, it's one of my quotes about parenting. I say that nobody can improve on any process you will not initiate as a parent. So if you will not initiate a process, don't expect anyone to improve on it. So you're sending your child to a very good school, a mission school. And you're expecting that what you didn't do with your child at home, the mission school will do it. You have 3 children at home. You couldn't do the mission thing to them. And then you expect the teacher who is overseeing 25, 20, 15, 30 children to do it for you. That might not happen easily. It takes the grace of God for children who have missed it at home to get it. So I would say that this might look like something that those who are already out there who have advanced in parenting might say, but what about those of us who already got it wrong? Well, let's begin from those who are not yet married or who have not yet started having children. That's the best time to take your decisions about the kind of products that you want to push out. If you do your work well at home and you do plenty of jaw communication, there's something we do in my home, for instance. Saturdays are days when we converse about a lot of things. We look at issues that are happening. We go like real. Also, what's Mohbad doing? What's this one doing? What happened to this guy? What's trending? We sit down and we talk about it. That's where you're able to know, you're able to feel the society, and then I'm able to also tell them what I see. They're able to tell me, and then we all come to a conclusion that, okay, true, this is it, but I hope you all still remember this is what we have decided. So a whole lot of things. And vision is very important. When there's vision and you have helped the children understand who God wants you to help him make them into, it's a little more easier for them to remember. There's this thing about them remembering. I love that Yoruba proverb that says that you should remember the son of who you are. It's still very much practicable. It's still very much. Some people say that when they do their eyes like this to their children,
They
they don't
understand.
understand.
They
My
should
own
understand.
children do. So I don't understand where those who are saying, I think it's some people just pick some trends and just jump on it. I'm not that kind of person. I check everything before I follow. If I do my eyes to my children today, if my little girl were sitting there now, as chatty as she can be, and I make my face, she understands.
Yeah.
So I don't know where
That's how we were brought
people
up.
got that from. And I'm raising Gen Zs. All my children are Gen Zs. And that's the class of children right now that a lot of people are shouting about. So from first to, and I have 4 of them. So the point I'm saying here is, if you're a child of God, please have faith in whatever you are doing, in your walk with God. Don't forget they are God's children at the end of the day. So if you trust God and you're doing what you should do, believe that no matter how bad it is outside, and if you open communication with them, you must come to their level. Me now, I'm the 5th Gen Z in our house. Yes. That's the truth. I'm just telling you the truth now.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my first daughter is the 1st Gen Z. To the 4th child is the 4th. I'm the 5th Gen Z. So whatever they are learning or whatever they are doing, yes, I am. I can't put
This
myself as
conversation
one
is
because I'm
getting
learning a whole
really
lot
hot.
of things
I'm
from
telling
them. So what's the point that I'm making? It takes a lot of hand holding, and then being present and being intentional. So the society is not strong enough to knock off the foundation that you have created.
Thank
I want
you,
people to have
ma'am.
that confidence.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
This conversation is getting hot and interesting already.
Wow.
We just have to go on this break. And when we return, we will get into it deeper and deeper. I think we have so much to say, about this. So let's go on a quick break. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is still Beyond the Screen on TKT Global. We're talking about parenting in a secular society, and it's been an interesting one. If you've been following, you know that it's been an interesting one. So let's continue the conversation. Ma, you were saying something just, before you started talking. Kenny was talking about society being involved in raising a child.
Yes.
But the truth is, sometimes even some parents, let me say some, do not allow the society get involved in raising their child or their children.
Is that possible?
Maybe in a certain way, such that your child does something that he or she shouldn't do outside. Okay. And based on, I know that this thing this child has done is, and I'm correcting this child, and you come at me and be like, no, don't. Leave my child to me. Let me take care of my child myself. Being overprotective of the child and not allowing other people get involved in the child's life. I know that somehow, without your consent, the society can be involved based on the child goes to school, the child goes to church, the child gets involved in, other activities, in the society. But then that particular one where the parent is being protective, no. Don't help me train my child and all of that. What would you say about that?
Okay, so I'm a deep thinker. I'm a very deep thinker. And I've come to a point where I know that between the old and the new, you must not discard either. I'll explain. So your parents raised you in certain ways.
Yes.
It wasn't everything your parents were doing that were wrong.
Right.
So why don't you pick the ones that are good and come with the new part of whatever you thought has become outdated out of what you did? This is where I'm going. Community training or community upbringing has always been the theme for Africans. And that means that another person's mom can say to your mom, I saw Shalewa out, blah, 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 blah. And you can say, I hope you slap that for me. Guess what? Forget about the suit I'm wearing. If anybody who knows me sees my child doing the wrong thing, the first thing I'll ask you, I hope you did what I'm expecting.
Ma, that's you. That's what you will do because you're
and
a
that's why I'm
disciplined
the one
person.
sitting here.
Yes.
And that's why I want to influence people's thinking and perspectives. So that's one thing from the old school that we shouldn't throw away. You cannot be everywhere at the same time. You need other people's eyes. So when they were growing up, I'll do something and say, Guys, I have 8 eyes, so anything you do, I
I
see
see
you.
you.
But I can't tell them that again. They have grown. If you like, be boboing them and say you have 8 eyes. You're on your own. So that was only good for that time.
Yes.
So again, there's what is called age-appropriate parenting. As they're shifting from stage to stage, you must shift your methods. But guess what? I tell people the message hasn't changed at all. It's only the methods that are evolving. That speaks to innovation. That speaks to you becoming better. So the message is the same. The message about how to raise properly trained adults has not changed at all. But the methods have definitely changed.
Yeah.
So what were the messages in the so-called old school? Societal, community upbringing.
Yes.
Where you have more eyes looking after your child than just yours. You need it now. Why would you sit somewhere and tell yourself, I did a video recently. By the way, I'm a content creator. And I did a short video, one of my short videos, and I named it Is it Ayen Shere? Yes.
Wow.
And then I got to the point where I said, oh, so I heard that you went to your child's school because a teacher spanked your child and then you are holding everybody to ransom. And someone left a comment and said that, no, flogging a child is totally out of it. Well, I don't know. It's your choice. When they deserved flogging, before they got to this stage, I flogged. Look, it's not like I flog mercilessly, no. But I'm saying that certain things require certain things. So this is me. I believe I'm free to be self-opinionated here. This is what has helped me.
I guess.
And anybody is willing, is free to either take to it or not. So yes, we need the society. To answer your question straight up, you need the community. You need well-meaning aunties and aunts. But should I tell you the other part that I do for my children? I have helped them so much that they seldom, by God's grace, should be victims to adults who want to take advantage of them. So this is the flip of it. Even though they know that I can go to their school and say, did I tell my son or my daughter that I will come to your school and I will tell your principal? He knows I'm not joking. So that reprimands on auto basis. He knows that this woman, was in school. But you see, the day my daughter told me about someone trying to robe her into something, the same me, I went to the school and went to the dean and said, this child has been raised well from home. You have to do something about this person. And he said, oh, that she's very sorry that particular girl has plenty issues, blah, 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 blah. And then it was easy. So I'm the same person who will go and take have their back where the need is there. So it must just be balanced. It must just be balanced.
I think that's where the
so
key
much.
is.
It must just be balanced.
That's
Balancing,
balance.
yes. Parenting actually needs balancing, on all sides. So interesting.
So interesting.
I have a lot to say though. But yes, we are going on another break. And when we return, we will be rounding up. So please don't go anywhere. Welcome back. This is still Beyond the Screen on TKT Global. Let's say what we have to say and then we say goodbye. Just before we say goodbye, a question I have for you, ma'am, is that lately when we talk about parenting or raising a child, the thought is always raising the girl child and leaving out the male child, based on, everyone believe that the girl should be the one that is good, that is disciplined, that is all that, and they forget about, the male child. How do parents need to balance raising both the female child and the male child?
And also, ma'am, I'm going to add to that briefly. But before I do that, do not forget to follow us on all social platforms at TKT Global, on all social platforms. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then don't forget to check out our website at www.thekingdomtrybe.church. Then also, I wanted to add to what Blessing just said, because you made mention of something of how if children are well trained, they will not be. You talked about societal and community raising of children, that kind of thing. But then I also realized that to a large extent, even the society has not been well trained.
To train the child.
Because,
Is that
yes,
what you mean?
because we live in an enabling environment. Even though it has its good side, it also has a bad side where this is obvious that this child is wrong. But because of the fact that the society itself has not been well trained, you see people supporting things that should actually be dealt with. So how do we balance this with respect to what Blessing has said?
Also, the influence of social media on the children.
Oh, that's like
That's another ball game on it.
okay, that's like a 3-in-1.
Yes.
Let me see how quickly I can do this. So from raising the boy child. So a few things were wrong. I'll keep going back to the fact that a few methods or some messages were wrong. The message about Africa thinking that it's only the girl child that you need to put your eyes on. Oh, she's a pearl, she's special, so you must look at. Yes, it's still very, very true. But then we began to raise guys who didn't value the awesome girls you were raising because they were not raised. But I must say confidently that the narrative is changing. The narrative is changing, if nowhere else, in my own home. Right? My son cooks. My son does everything. Because I am aware that I'm raising him to be, or maybe something else that helps me is I don't look at children as they are. I look at them as they would be.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking at him, many of them, they are tired of hearing me say, you're going to be somebody's husband, somebody's husband, yeah. You're going to be someone's father at less than teenage years. He's already hearing that one. No, you can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And of course, apart from those moments when I'm ranting like that, I mean, because they can be that straight, and you say, and I'm like, So that's why I told you I'm the fifth Gen Z. So, but the point is, everyone who may still be in that error needs to quit. If you're still in the error of not raising your son well, you are not doing the society any word of good. You are not doing the word of the ladies any good. So I'd like to leave it there. Both of them should be raised.
Yes.
Both of them should be well raised. Manners. They should learn how to be. I bought a book for my son at when he was he in primary school. I bought one, How to Be a Lady, for the girls. Wow. I bought How to Be a Gentleman for the boy. Yes. They were all still, that should be 2015. And then we discussed the book. You know what a guy should not do. And it doesn't mean that they will do everything on auto. So you still continue to say, no. That wasn't gentlemanly. And sometimes I will even yab him. Yes, I say so like that. But anyway, that's just our banters. It's not all of serious things when you are raising children. You have to be dynamic and learn a lot about how they listen, how they learn, how each of them learns. The other one is about the community itself not being... Okay, so I'm using the word community instead of society deliberately. Because the community is a closed group. The society is the bigger group. The society will take me to the social media that you're talking about. But community means that people in your circle of influence or reference, maybe an aunt, those are the people that, but someone who doesn't know you from Adams. There have been many times I've told my children, and I have to put it out here. There are many times I've told them that don't, because you saw one uncle, go and forget yourself in the hand of any uncle. Once the uncle is going beyond what you know to be your values, raise an alarm.
Yes.
And they know that they will say, they will see my mommy. I am that kind of mommy. Because I've seen adults who do not hold their place as adults with children. I'm not just talking about sexual harassment, even in terms of not giving them the honor that they deserve as young people. Yes. Look, if you don't learn to honor young people, they will not learn to honor others.
That's right.
So when I greet young people and I say a sir or a ma'am, I'm not daft. I'm teaching him or her that that's the proper way to do things. When I treat them with honor, it's not because I have lost it, that I've forgotten my age. No, it's not. It's that they learn more from what you do than what you say. So if you practice honor, courtesy, and respect, they pick it because they see you doing it. So that's the kind of community. So when the community is wrong, your values should be the check, that helps them check what to follow. And we have a set of values in my family that they are all aware of. We have a number of landmarks, things that have been there for years that we run with. So anyone who means to do it, when you're producing your products in your companies, don't you have recipe? If you have recipe and you have ingredients that you combine, I always give you the right product. Why won't you have values and all other ingredients that you are using for your children? Then the last one, social media. I might look like an old school person. I don't give my children phone on time.
Oh, wow.
I allow them use my phone. I allow them have their everything on my phone. I allow my son be around when I'm scrolling past my Instagram page. He knows what's on my Facebook page. And someday he said, I like your own Instagram page that is from Nathaniel Bassi to Kiniko to Kiko, because I know that you can choose who you follow.
Yes.
You must not just follow everybody that is going nowhere that you know. Before you come and start singing a song, they carry me go where I know. Yes, choose who you want to follow. It's a choice. Before you click, decide. So, we give them phones just when they're either in SS3 or about to go into university. And when God will catch my daughter, they don't use phone in our school. So the best she could use was before she went to high institution. Only when she comes home, she reunites with her phone. Otherwise, she makes all the Telegram and WhatsApp calls through her iPod or laptop. And for my son, he's yet to get a phone. But he has iPad. He doesn't have a phone. He just got an iPad this year. Wow. He just got iPad this year. Why? We want to be able to help them. It's not restriction. They have access. They use our own phones. So that way we can see.
You can see what they are watching, what they are
doing. Let me tell you something. Some parents think that certain things are status symbol. How can it be that my son of this age does not have
as big as we are? My son can
So it depends on you. I get to help them understand why things are the way they are. We work together. Let me not forget to mention, parenting is partnership.
Wow.
I have a book that I'm writing called The 12 Pillars of Parenting. They are all P's, 12 P's. One of the P's is partnership. You must see your son and your daughter as a partner in their life. If you don't come as a partner, if they don't cooperate with you, frustration will hit you, die.
Wow.
So you must learn how to speak their language, come to their level. It's a whole lot of work, but it's exciting.
Wow. Wow.
And it's rewarding as well.
Wow. What a wonderful submission. I mean,
what an episode.
We can't exhaust this. So much coming in, but we may have to spill this over to another episode to have more. So thank you so much for joining us up to this point. And I'm so sad that we really have to go for constraints of time. But before we go, do not forget to follow us on all social media platforms, on X, Instagram, TikTok, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, all at TKT Global. Also, don't forget to check out our website at www.thekingdomtrybe.church.
I hope you picked something from our conversation today. If you didn't, I did. Parenting is partnership. Please drop a comment in the comment section. Tell us your opinion. Join this conversation, yes, by visiting the comment section. Thank you so much. This is where we would say goodbye. We'll see you in the next episode.
See you.